I'll take you down from the inside, and you'll remember that for years to come. Wrestling, they're the worst people on the planet. Kevin Steen was banned from the building. He was suspended. Just call him out. Those are my only instructions. Craig Steele was the most influential on me having a voice. We brought Fallah to Club Taboo. Most people's gear isn't their everyday clothes. Me and Leyla were attached to the hip. Casey is the reason I'm still in wrestling. I was thinking it was going to be my last show ever. A couple of things I ran into, which I still kind of run into, but I don't care as much, is...
Ladies and gentlemen, hosted by Coach C, Chris Sanders, this is Best for Business.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of Best for Business. I say this all the time, but this one I'm pumped for. Gino Gotz, man, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, you gave me a pretty decent envelope, so I've got, 6 to 8 minutes for you.
Yeah, something like that. I say it all the time, but this one's crazy. I told Gino Gotz this originally. I started watching him. I think I met you at 12 years old. So the fact that I'm 20 and still a huge fan, thank you for everything.
That's it's a lot of years.
Yeah, something like that.
It makes me feel kind of old. You were the little douche that drew all those bad drawings and gave them to people. And
Yeah.
All the wrestlers were like, "Oh my God, he's so talented," and I'm like, "I think he's special ed," but
Yeah, something like that. They stopped
you
when I was
grew out of it. You grew out of it.
Yeah, when I was in high school, somebody told me they looked like they're done by Helen Keller, so then I stopped it at the time. So maybe the podcast is a little bit better than the drawings.
That was good advice.
Yeah. So I'm curious for you, when you talk pro wrestling, obviously you're a legend, but I'm curious for you, how does pro wrestling, your journey, start for you?
You mean starting in the business?
Well, for what ignited it for you to start in the business?
You know what? You know what pisses me off? I get hit in the head a lot. Mad cow disease. The memory's not there.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, and it pisses me off that I'm not, because I wish I was, who can be like, I remember the first time I seen Hulk Hogan, and I was hooked. I don't remember. I don't remember that. I don't remember my first Mets game. I don't remember my first anything.
Yeah.
But I do remember as a kid, my cousins were always wrestling fans, and you always want to hang out with your older cousins and be them. We used to go to their house for all the pay-per-views and watch them. My dad was a freaking saint. I don't know how, because we were in Jersey and my cousins are in Brooklyn, and he would drive us for Survivor Series. But when you were just a couple of little spermies, the Survivor Series was the night before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So he'd drive into Brooklyn the night before Thanksgiving, drive home, and then we'd drive back for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Why we never stayed over, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's been in me since I was probably 4 years old. Nice. I don't have any specific memories or matches, but Royal Rumble was always big for us. We would always gamble. Nice. We would always, if there was 10 people, watching it, everybody would throw in $5, and you would get 3 numbers, and whoever win. And I'm still doing that tradition today. Every year, I do a Rumble pool. We're up to, I think, I don't know, $20, $25, and you get 1 number.
Wow.
So it's a little better pot for you.
Yeah. So when did you officially take the initiative to get involved in pro wrestling?
I didn't at all. A friend of mine, who actually hates my guts now, and I don't even know why. Yeah. But we went to high school together. And when I went to high school, first elementary school, middle school, you're wrestling, you're little fuck up.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly something you talked about. But when I was in high school, it was the Attitude Era. So all of a sudden, everybody's a Stone Cold fan and the Rock fan and all this bullshit. But there was always me and one other kid. I hate wrestling fans, by the way, too. Nice. Hate wrestling. They're the worst people on the planet.
Oh.
But we would always talk a little bit. and he wound up working for Ring of Honor, and they started up a school. It was, it's the Worldwide Dojo now that Cheeseburger runs, but that used to be Ring of Honor's uh, training
Yeah.
school, and they were starting up a student show. It was called Pro Wrestling Respect, and he called me up, and he's like, "We're looking for a commentator and backstage interviewer." And no experience, just and I went down there. I kind of auditioned for Delirious,
Hmm.
and I've been stuck ever since.
Wow. So did you always prior to wrestling have like the gift of gab and the confidence? Because some people in wrestling, as you know, they don't always have it or still don't have it.
I don't understand that at all,
Yeah.
because like you could take somebody, stick them in their underwear,
Mm.
put them in front of 1,000 people, and they're fine.
Yeah.
But you put a microphone in their hand and they freeze up and they're nervous.
Mm.
I don't get that part. Like
Yeah.
for me, you're not catching me. You'll throughout my entire career, you've never caught me in spandex. It's
Hmm.
just not something that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I think it's got a lot to do with being a little guy,
Mm.
because you can never really was never really like a never really able to fist fight people and kick anybody's ass.
Yeah.
But what I can do is find your weakness and make you cry, like and make you regret. I'll take you down from the inside, and you'll remember that for years to come.
Nice. I'm curious, when you first got that opportunity to commentate till now, what would you say was like the inspiration, I guess, behind Gino Gotz? Did you have much of an identity when you were doing commentating for that Ring of Honor show?
Commentary was um Bobby Heenan was always my guy growing up.
Nice.
Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon are the greatest um, commentary team that they're my favorite.
Nice.
And doing the Ring of Honor commentary, we got to I got to have a straight man, and then I got to be the jerk off.
Yeah.
So it just flowed. A couple of things I ran into, which I still kind of run into, but I don't care as much.
Hmm.
Is some like offensive things. I can get offensive sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not cursing, maybe I'm not using any racial slurs, but I'm getting really close.
Yeah. And I'm
I
curious
still
for
I
you when you
still don't
look
think that's
at
on the line.
even with commentary, but I'm curious, is there been to you what you consider like what would you consider your first big opportunity in wrestling? Obviously that commentating is big, but is there anyone else that sticks out?
It was definitely working with Respect and Ring of Honor. There's a video out there on YouTube. I got to do um we were at Ring of Honor, one of the big shows. It was at Manhattan Center across the street
Nice.
from Madison Square Garden. And I was told, um, go outside and interview the fans while they're lining up, get them excited or whatever. And Kevin Steen was had an angle with Jim Cornette where Kevin Steen was banned from the building. He was suspended. Um, so Kevin Steen's going to be out there with the fans. He's going to have a ticket. So he's waiting in line with the fans to get in, and just call them out. Those are my only instructions. Okay. Hey, interviewing all these kids and people. It's like, oh, Kevin. I was like, hey, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. He grabs me. He rips off my credentials. Like, who are you, little midget? And then bops me across my
Wow.
face. I was like, what the fuck is that? And
Yeah.
then there was a whole melee. He got up to the front. There was this guy, Sid, that used to work for Ring of Honor.
Mhm.
Great dude, and like he was kind of like in charge of I don't know, he was in charge of freaking everything, but he was
Yeah.
in the front, and
Okay.
he was like, "Come on, you know." And then they got into it,
Nice.
and that was really cool. I would think that was my first real big exposure to to anybody like of caliber. And then
Yeah.
like Jim Cornette's ginormous. I had no idea how freaking big
Yeah.
he was, and
When you
they were like, they
no.
said something like, oh, they were like, oh yeah, Jim's gonna need some security for later. And like they were like, oh, we got some here, and he looked down, he goes, him? It's like, nah, good.
When you look back at your career, who would you consider like your biggest or your biggest mentors, I guess you could say?
Definitely Delirious.
Yeah,
Uh, Dan Maff,
nice.
Mario Baccara, um, Pat Buck, and then Kevin Kelly was actually a big help. I used to ask him a lot of advice way back in the day.
Yeah.
Uh, that's really it. I kind of whenever I meet somebody, I kind of, and you should do this too, take a little bit from them. Like, listen to them. Not everybody has good advice,
Yeah.
but you can listen to everybody and edit out and pick and choose what you think is useful to you. And I think I've done that over the years with a lot of people. Like I love spending the day with like Jake the Snake and
Mhm.
Ted DiBiase. Like I got to like spend literally the entire day with both of those guys, and like it's just like me and Ted DiBiase didn't even talk about wrestling really.
Nice.
We talked about like tomato sauce recipes and
Yeah. I'm curious for you. Your resume keeps going and going. The first company I want to ask you about, not really a company, but the experience. What was it like? I think you were like the assistant coach for BasketBrawl.
that wasn't a company. That was a
No,
one
like a one,
day.
like it was on a day event, but like who was like the best? Like, did anyone shock you of how good they were in basketball, or like anyone shock you how bad they were?
Most of the people were bad. Mostly everybody was awful.
Yeah,
Brandon Kirk was really good.
yeah, I remember
But
that. Yeah.
he's tall. Were you there?
No, I remember watching. It was on
Oh,
IWTV.
oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it's still up there.
Were those guys talking shit about me?
I don't remember. I remember you
The
being the
Peter
assistant coach. Who was the
Zotto
head
and
coach?
the Jay George,
Oh, okay,
Jay
okay, nice.
George, and we were obviously the bad guys. We were the
Yeah,
heels. So
yeah,
honestly, I didn't know who a lot of those freaking people were. And I told 'cause, Shane Fair was in charge
yeah,
of the whole thing. He put everything up. And I told this is what I told him. Like, dude, next year you could be the face of it. You can run it. Send them to me, and I'll tell people no. Because he told everybody in the world yes. The teams, what was it, like 20 versus 20?
yeah,
It was crazy. Moff was an animal.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
He wasn't a very good basketball player, but he thought he was playing football. He almost took Casey's knee off,
yeah,
and he's like a gorilla. He's just playing, but he's so freaking big and strong. He's like he doesn't realize.
yeah. I'm curious. Do you remember your first interaction with Dan Maff?
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was at training because
yeah,
I trained with him and Mario and Pat and Kevin as well.
mhm,
Matthews in Rawway for first it was PWS and then it was WrestlePro.
yeah.
No, he was super intimidating
Mhm.
until you met him,
Nice.
and now he's big bro.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is there like a WrestlePro moment that stands out for you? Because when I used to watch WrestlePro at 12 years old, you were like a star. Remember the Taboo Crew and everything?
I was never a star, dude. Uh, that actually, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I would say Craig, uh,
Yeah.
big deal Craig Steele, was the most influential on me having a voice.
Wow.
Because he was always a great promo, and
Yeah.
um, he always had a lot of good advice just on how to say things, when to say that, when to stick up for yourself.
Hmm.
A lot of times you kind of just have to take it into your own hand. Like, all right, you guys go out there, you have a match. Sometimes you have to be like, can I get a minute to do a promo? And unless you ask, they're probably not, and a lot of times they're like, yeah, go, take a minute. That if you go over a minute, we're gonna kill you. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, Craig was huge in that. So,
Nice. How
but
do
yeah,
you get?
Taboo
Oh,
Crew was so much fun.
yeah. I was gonna say, how do you get added to that?
It was not even close to what was supposed to happen.
Wow.
So the original PWS owner, along with but his idea was like an Andrew Dice Clay character.
Okay.
He wanted me to get like back in the 90s, there used to be these leather 8 ball jackets. Um, and it was like 2012. Like you can find those on eBay for $400. Like
Yeah.
I don't have $400 to spend on like a gimmick or something like that.
Yeah.
And he basically wanted me to be an asshole. He wanted me to he wanted me to be his voice. So like he wanted any bad things he had to say about people, he wanted that to cipher through me because I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But then Craig kind of tweaked it, and it turned into I was the head of security for Taboo,
Hmm.
which one day when you're old enough, it's a strip club.
Yeah.
It actually is, and he is actually
Yeah,
the
I remember
manager.
that.
So one of the most fun promos we ever did was with Fallah. Did you
Nice.
ever see that?
No, I'll look it up.
Oh, we brought Fallah to Club Taboo
Huh.
because it was Taboo and Fallah against I don't remember, um, but it was you got to find that one on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I'll look
It's
it.
I'll send it to you if you can't find it, but that was it was a lot of fun filming promos at the strip club.
Yeah. I'm curious for you when you talk companies. There's two companies I want to ask you about first. Is there a moment that sticks out from Battle Club Pro for you?
Um, my first time at Battle Club,
Mhm.
I believe Bowens wrestled Drew McIntyre, and that was right before Drew McIntyre went back to WWE.
Mhm.
So that was craziness. Mia Yim was there. It was a star-studded. Me and Mia go back. She's one of the first people I ever met.
Nice.
Fucking love that chick. Even though will never admit it in person. Like
Yeah.
it'll just be. There was one time I went and saw her at I don't remember where, but she was walking past me and all these kids were like talking. And I was like, my God, you might be the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And she just stopped in her track. She's like, I think my voice is a little, you know who's talking?
Oh yeah.
And she was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And these little kids were like, what did you do? And then,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But that's
Nice.
the kind of, relationship.
I'm curious. I think I remember, but how does Gino Gotz go to CZW? Was it with KC or was this prior to KC?
I think it was around the same time
Okay.
because I went to CZW actually with Casey
Mhm.
Catal
Oh,
and
okay.
Brandon. They were there. And I had just left WrestlePro under not the best of terms.
Okay.
So I was looking for a new home, and we went there. I think Casey might have he definitely had already started there. He was doing like Dojo Wars and stuff.
Nice.
But once I started, then we started going together all the time.
Yeah, so I'm curious. So one thing about Gino Gotz, I always remember you had an eye for success, I'd say. So the first one, there's a bunch of people want to ask you about. The first one, do you have anything that sticks out with Masha Slamovich?
Yeah, Battle Club Pro.
Mhm.
I got to manage her a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Um, she's actually she's a little fucked up in the head too, so that's why we get along pretty
Okay.
well. I think it took her maybe 3 or 4 times of meeting
Hmm.
to remember that we've met. But then once she remembered that she knew me, like we've been close ever since.
Nice.
She's always staying over here. She has her own key code to my front door because she'll come in at like 4 in the morning and I'm like, I'm not waiting up for you. Like,
Yeah.
see you in the morning.
Wow.
Um, but there was one of my favorite matches that I called. It was Masha, and I was always on Battle Club commentary. I was always like I wasn't necessarily heel face,
Hmm.
but with Masha, I was a homer, like 100%
Yeah.
Masha, Masha, Masha. And she was wrestling Steve Pena for the inaugural 5 Points Championship.
Okay.
And they were to war. They were killing each other. Steve Pena is another guy who needs to be booked in more
I
places.
love him. Yeah.
I think it's his fault. I don't think he's aggressive enough.
Okay.
Not in the ring, but
Yeah.
in getting himself out there and known. Because he's a big dude. He's jacked. He knows how to work in the ring. He's an okay promo, but I know a guy that could help him. But
Yeah.
actually, I'm not managing anymore. I'm never taking a bump again. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Masha
Masha.
Slamovich. Yeah.
So at the end of it was in Ridgefield.
Hmm.
And I will never call it the Mecca because the fuck it is. It's not.
What do you call it?
Ridgefield Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the Mecca. That's bullshit. If there's a Mecca of wrestling in New Jersey, it's the Rollway Rec Center.
Mhm.
Like way more history in that building than the fucking Ridgefield Park. Like
Yeah.
no, no. If you have $1, you can run in Ridgefield Park. Like it's
Yeah.
there's no exclusivity to it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Masha.
Masha and this Pena match. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep me back on
Oh, that's
track.
fine.
Uh, so I think they were on top of some chairs,
Okay.
and Pena's about to pile drive Masha through these chairs. I'm not at ringside. I'm at ringside, but I'm not like managing her. I'm doing commentary, and maybe I was yelling. I'm not sure. Probably. And Pena looks over, and he literally goes, "Fuck you, Gino," and then proceeds to pile drive Masha and
Wow.
pin her and win her. I was like, "What was that for?" Like,
Oh, you're
but
famous.
but
What?
yeah,
What about who? I forgot who was I was watching for a while. Who was it? Valerie LaMorte?
Valerio.
Valeria. Any stories stick out?
Oh, Valerio. He's not a girl.
Valerio. Yeah. Okay. Any stories
Oh,
stick out?
well, V doesn't. He's not wrestling anymore. He's
Yeah.
he's a normie now. He's a civilian. He just got married. He lost all his hair. I asked him if he was sick. He's not.
Yeah.
But we used to have I had we had he wrestled. He was like, we had like an Italian gimmick,
Mm.
a really, far stretch. He actually made fun of me once because he picked me up for a show, and I was like, hold on, I gotta go get my gear. And I go in my closet and I pick something out. He's like, most people's gear isn't their everyday clothes. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, sucks to suck for them. But we had a show. I think it was against his old tag team partner, Nick. Nick Rodriguez. They were
Yeah. It's been a minute since I heard that name too.
they were the Merry Men together.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember the tag team. I remember Nick, but no, I don't remember the tag team.
Look up the Ravens gimmick something, and the Merry Men.
Okay.
It's like a little documentary.
Okay.
It's the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see.
Okay.
He basically takes he picks like them as a tag team and puts them in this medieval times but ambiguously gay gimmick.
Okay.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But before that happened, they wrestled somewhere else. But the gimmick was I came to the ring with a loaf of Italian bread.
Okay.
And so Nick is, they have their match. Nick is set up like in the 619 position to take the 619. And I come over and I blast him with the Italian bread. And he's knocked out. Val gets the win. Everybody's like, fuck's that. He got hit with a piece of bread. Get in the ring, swipe open the bread, and I got a metal pipe in there. So
Ah.
that was a fun gimmick that people that saw it still talk about.
Wow.
There was one with Casey Catal where I used Parmesan cheese as like Fuji dust
Yeah.
to throw in somebody's face.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. When you talk your career, I'm curious, is there any legit Leyla moments that stand out?
Yeah, me and Leyla were attached to the hip.
Yeah.
I would go with her to every AEW show. I managed her for a little bit in Battle Club, and then kind of more outside the ring, kind of like a Casey Navarro deal.
Yeah.
Um, no, yeah, we got real close. But I think we only had one or two matches where like I was actually her manager.
Mhm.
But the one at Battle Club sticks out the most. It was just a fun time. It was against Christina Marie. And it was just a really it just everything flowed really well. And it was a good time. And then, I owe her a lot. And she always took me, like, I got to hang out at AEW backstage, like,
Nice.
all day, got to meet a lot of people, make a lot of contacts. They still haven't given me a job yet, but
Never say never.
like, I don't want to be a talent. I want to be office. Like, I want to be backstage.
Yeah.
Like, Nana keeps telling me he's gonna help me, but Nana's a con artist, so
When you talk about being attached to the hip, I remember marking out like crazy. You were taking, I remember, I think you were with Casey Navarro. He was doing what wrestling? But I'm
yeah,
curious for
definitely
you because I
Casey.
remember you did stuff with CZW with Casey. But I'm curious for you, what was it about like the chemistry with you and Casey?
Casey is the reason I'm still in wrestling.
Wow.
Basically, I really didn't do a lot in front of the cameras after WrestlePro, in between like that, but I was traveling all over with KC,
Mhm.
basically being like, I don't know, like his handler, I guess,
Yeah.
I'm Zio. I'm
Yeah.
Zio Gino. So yeah, anything he needed, and we got to travel all over the place, and you know, uh, we became pretty. If you saw him, you were going to see me, and if you saw me, he's probably around somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was great. I have known him since he was 15 years old. He's 25 now. He's a 10-year vet at 25 years old.
Yeah.
We just got to see him wrestle at the USB Arena for
Nice.
TNA's pay-per-view. He's recovering from his ACL tear,
Mhm.
which is crazy because he's had it for years, evidently,
Okay.
and it just finally decided it wanted to pop.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, anytime I ever got to work with him in front of the camera, like at CZW was kind of like, we were just having fun.
Nice.
So it was like, we did it because we were having fun, type of
Nice.
thing. Like,
Yeah, I'm curious when you talk about Zio, whose idea or if you have any insight with a dark STG and Fallah?
what about them?
Their manager Zio Zagan? You know anything
Zagan?
about it?
I've heard about that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Do you know anything about it?
I think he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I saw him fall off the ring in
Oh,
January, and I think he got sucked up into the depths of hell.
oh,
And
okay,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure you'll never see him again.
Never say never.
Well, you could pretty much say that. But you're right.
Yeah,
Never say never. Somebody might, do an exorcism and summon from the dead.
yeah.
I hope they don't. Um, but actually, that was also a Casey Navarro brainchild.
Wow.
Because him and Steve are their workout buddies. They're
Yeah,
they're pretty close, and then the Dark STG character started, and a lot of people don't know that, like, I'm pretty dark.
mm,
Uh, so like horror movies, if somebody's gonna say something fucked up, it's gonna be me. Like,
yeah.
sometimes he thinks I'm the devil. Like, like, it's
Yeah, yeah.
um. So he actually suggested, like, maybe you two should hook up and do something with the gimmick. So that's kind of how that started.
Nice. How was your most recent experience doing Fight Factory?
Awesome,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Um, it was kind of. It was gonna be. I was thinking it was gonna be my last show ever.
Wow.
Because with my hiatus, I broke my leg in January.
Hmm.
That was a dark freaking time. I couldn't walk until the middle of May.
Wow.
So I broke my tibia, my fibula, and my ankle. The ankle is what's the bad part because
Okay.
it's like you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
But I was dumb. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm too old. I
Mhm.
want to bump. And I was like, we'll do the. I wasn't excited for it really. Like, I wasn't looking forward to. I was nervous about it, and I would never get nervous. Like, that wasn't
Yeah.
like, it was just weird. But then we did it, and it kind of rejuvenated me.
Nice.
Like, it was such a good time. I hate to put him over, but Pete Rosado,
Yeah.
he was a great partner.
Nice.
He kind of he helped me through a lot of it. And then after we got really good reviews, did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I texted you. You did a great job on commentary.
That's right, you did. Thank you. I don't know if you've noticed, but the memory is shot.
Yeah. You guys
Uh,
matched and then GKM too?
yes, GCam, he did a good job. But yeah, it went really well. A lot of people said that, it went well. The guys at Fight Factory, Dave and Payne, they liked it and they invited us back. So we're going to be doing the Starland show.
Nice.
Uh, and it just kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen The Godfather,
Hmm.
but just when I thought it was out, they pulled me back in,
Nice.
and so now I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be super selective about what I do.
Okay.
So right now, pretty much going to be doing Fight Factory. Battle Club will be in October in the Bronx.
Yeah.
I'll come back for that. And WrestlePro, even if I'm not doing anything talent wise,
Hmm.
I'm still gonna be there doing, I guess, backstage stuff and helping Kevin with whatever he
Yeah.
needs there. So I think those are my three right now. If something comes up and it's a good deal, then we'll see. But I'm not out there actively
Yeah.
looking for anything.
Yeah. When you talk Fight Factory, two insane arenas, but I'm curious for you, has there been like your favorite venue that you performed in so far?
Starland Ballroom
Yeah.
is amazing. It's such a historic building. When you go upstairs to the like green room
Mhm.
area, there's like signed pictures of like Springsteen
Oh
and
wow.
Guns N' Roses and guys from Walter. Like it's not it's not a wrestling venue, but
Yeah.
like it's been a rock venue for God knows how long.
Hmm.
But my um favorite what's the word, like visual,
Yeah.
um is Battle Club in Brooklyn,
Hmm.
where we were on the rooftop.
Nice.
So it's outside, you're on a rooftop, and the New York, the Brooklyn like skyline. There's people in their apartments watching
Wow.
from there. It's just, and then the sun comes down, and like it's just it's a very sick atmosphere. It's a very cool view.
Yeah.
Gets a little hot in the summertime though, but you got to sacrifice and obviously always wrestling and doing anything in the Royal Rec Center
Yeah.
is uh is great. Ridgefield Park's not on the list. Uh, but yeah, those I would say
Nice.
those three are like and Starland Ballroom's coming. Are you gonna come or?
Possibly. Search your text me the other day, so maybe. If I'm not
Okay.
booked anywhere else and commentating, maybe.
Yeah, so probably not. So you'll probably be
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
there.
I'm curious for you when you look back at your career. I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there one match that you've got to commentate maybe that you think's like maybe like defines your career or something?
I wouldn't say defines my career,
Hmm.
but because I think so the last the Maff versus
Vladimir?
Latimer
Yeah.
match. Um, it was a test. It was probably the highest, um, not highest class, like you know what I'm trying to
The
say, like,
stakes were high. Like I loved how you guys approached it, especially like you don't want the outside, you want your guy to win both belts. I loved it.
but like it was me being like, there was no jokes, there was no off the cuff remarks, there was
Yeah.
no, it was like a real event, but and like that test for me, because I knew how much it meant. Number one, for that's my first commentating match back in God knows how long.
Yeah.
It's super important for the brand new company of Fight Factory to have like some,
The stakes are high
if
for that one. Yeah.
the stakes are high, because if commentary sucks, then what are you gonna do? Put out videos where you're gonna put some music over it?
Mm,
Like, commentary can ruin matches.
mm,
But then it can also make matches. And I knew how much it meant to Maff.
nice.
I think he is one of the most important matches of his career, and being able to make that a positive memory for him
Yeah.
was super important to me. And I'm happy we were able to accomplish that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you were to average out my other commentary style,
Hmm.
it's not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
was able to go there, which
Yeah.
I was happy with. But then, the Jerry Lawler, Bobby Heenan one-liners, and
Yeah. The battle
abusing
royal that
people.
brought that right out of you.
Did it?
Yeah, with the guy with the umbrella, you were making comments left and right. You were going crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I had it. I had it stuffed down, like, and then I was able to let it out of the cage. So
Yeah.
once,
When you talk favorites, is there a favorite match that you got to manage throughout your whole career, you think?
probably winning the tag titles with Taboo.
Nice.
That was really cool. For some reason, Buff Bagwell was out there with us.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a really cool moment, especially because um I didn't know.
Hmm.
So like my reactions were genuine, and like that was really cool. I know you didn't ask, but I'm telling you anyway. I got to special guest referee a couple times.
Nice.
And then my favorite one for that would be KC Navarro versus Diamante. It
Nice.
was in Battle Club on that roof in
Rooftop.
Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and it was I was able to, you know, do some personality, but still mean, they're still the stars type of thing.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun for me.
Nice.
Working with Mr. Martinez,
Nice.
he was managing Case. So it was a very weird dynamic, because in Battle Club, me and Mr. Martinez hate each other's guts.
Hmm.
Everybody knows how close me and KC are.
Yeah.
And then there's Diamante, who's his sister,
Yeah.
who's, my niece, because if she, so it's like,
A weird
it was
dynamic.
yeah, it was very cool.
Nice.
But yeah, when I get the chance to do little spots like that, there was one in Battle Club where they forced me into a battle royal from
Okay.
commentary. In Sammy Chaos,
Yeah.
she needs to be also booked more places.
Yeah. She rules.
Um, so she went to go attack Jordy. Do you know Jordy?
Yeah.
She's Gem now. So I went to go protect my girl, and then Sammy decided she wanted to Vader splash me in the corner,
Mm,
and that was the end of my night.
wow.
But it was good times. It was good
Yeah, you
times.
almost had him. I'm
I did.
curious for you. This is just me being a mark. Do you have like a favorite suit or something you've worn throughout your career?
Not really a
Okay.
suit, but my jackets
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
that I make all those jackets myself.
Really? How long they
Yeah,
take? Or like what's the process for them?
long,
Yeah.
very long. So like I'll get the black nylon jacket. I'll get a billion bedazzle beads or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
You draw it out with like chalk,
Mm,
and then you start gluing, and you get to work, and it takes a long, tedious time.
yeah.
Uh, but the end result, I was impressed with myself, so
Yeah.
I kept doing them.
Yeah. Well, Gino Gotz, I want to thank you for joining me. However, I've ended every interview the same now. The day you decide it's finally done in pro wrestling, which obviously isn't happening anytime soon, but the day you decide it's all done, what do you want Gino Gotz's legacy in pro wrestling to be?
I actually already have in my my notes app a Gino Gotz memorial card.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long has that been in the works?
Oh, I've had it for years.
Wow.
My main event is Casey versus Jordan Oliver.
Nice.
That is my favorite match to watch. I'll watch them all the time. What was the question?
What do you want Gino Gotz's legacy to be?
That I was able to help the younger people improve, and behind the scenes type of stuff. Kind of like just somebody that anybody who needed help could go to.
Nice.
And like, and that I did have a positive impact on helping their careers move forward.
Yeah. Well, Gino, thank you for doing this, and man, thank you for everything over these past few years.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you weren't too bad. So
yeah, not bad.
If you want, we could do this again.
I'm down to do it. Thank you for Gino for doing this, and thank you everybody for watching this episode. This was Best for Business.
Thank you for watching this episode of Best for Business. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, because this is Best for Business.